Hello there. Well, it looks like we're about 4 weeks into the semester, and for the most part, everybody's doing pretty good. Seems like you're grasping the material. One of the things that I'm noticing is that some of you are still having problems dealing with the treatment of errors, accuracy, and the significant figures. And I note that whenever you turn in an assignment that requires significant figures to be adhered to and to be recognized, I'll make a comment to you that that you're not following your significant figures. So you need to go back in your textbook and review the significant figures portion, accuracy portion. I have videos out there that I created to help you with that. And a lot of it comes down to what you're doing with your calculator. You're leaving and entering the values, for numbers this long when it should be 2 digits. And so you need to take a look at those numbers. Just because the calculator spit out a value that's this long, that doesn't make it correct based on accuracy, treatment of errors, and significant figures. So go back and take a look at that in your textbook and refresh yourself on those comments. As far as you asking me about values that you came up with that didn't match what you came up with, when you did your calculations, in most cases, if it wasn't significant errors and treatment of errors and accuracy, it was just blatant math errors. And you need to go back and take a look at what you're doing on those examples. I mean, these labs, especially for these labs and these assessments, the values that are the correct values for a particular assignment have been established over the years. I mean, I've been using the same type of questions and data for years and years and years, and it's all well verified. And so, for you to ask me, that maybe my value is wrong, my value is not wrong. You made a math error. So please go back and take a look at what you're doing in terms of your math and your calculations. When I see numbers that have, let's say, negative values on percentages, you can't have a negative value on a percentage, because the computations that I gave you, the formulas that I gave you for percent of error and percent of difference have absolute values. Those two lines on either side in the formula says absolute value. That means absolutely no negatives. It has to be a positive value. And the other thing is, if you're coming out with these outrageous numbers that are, to the moon, 99% error, for the values that I gave you, you are never going to you can't get a 99% error unless you made a math error in your calculations. Typically, the values that were chosen were based on values that were actually measured in the classroom that I garnered and saved and came up with those values. So, it might be less than 1%, it might be 0, it might be less than 10%, but never ever is it 99% or some astronomical value. So the thing that you need to be aware of and to be thinking about is, when you get a number like that, you should immediately have a red flag that goes up and says, this can't be right. This can't be right. You think in terms of a surgeon doing a procedure on you and doing something that comes up with a number like that, and you die. Something is wrong. That person is not trained. So what we're trying to do here is help to train you to become a critical thinker in looking at these things. So anyway, for the most part, everybody's doing good. I've told you this before. Do the work, you'll pass the class. You may not get an A, but you'll pass the class. And in a lot of cases, passing the class is the goal. So just hang in there, keep working, keep cranking away at it. In the discussions, again, don't shotgun in the discussions. Don't pop in one time and throw a bunch of posts down. because you're immediately going to get lower points. I typically will look at the first one as the full 70 if it's worthwhile, and then instead of you getting 10, you'll get 5 points, and that's generous. So get in there every week, get your maximum points, get that 100%. In the end, when I do the final grade, I look and see if there are any values that I need to bump up, and you'll see them bumped up. Okay? So get in there early, get in there often, and help each other, help your other classmates, talk to each other in the discussions, because it's just like sitting in the classroom. So we're about 4 weeks in, so we got about 12 weeks to go. We're cruising right along. It's going to get more fun and interesting. Have a good day.